Good morning, Bucknutters. It's Tuesday, February 7th, 2017. I am Dan Rubin. This is the Bucknuts Morning 5 and change. Joined, as always, on Tuesdays by Duane Long. We are running a little bit late today because Duane's dog's got away. Duane, have you herded up your troop?
Yeah, finally got him wrangled. Everything's in order.
We don't want Duane's dogs barking, although those who are longtime fans of the show know that was like clockwork. But what we are talking about today is, of course, the great news we received last night. Commitment number 3 in the class of 2018 comes from Jaiden Woodbey, a defensive back out of California, the same high school as Wyatt Davis. Duane, last week we talked about guys you wanted to get in the class of 2018. Woodbey was on that list, so an early present. Give us your thoughts on the free safety from California.
It's a huge get, Dan. The kid is just a tremendous safety. He can slide down into the slot and cover for you. He excellent tackler. He is a pretty unique guy. I tell you, we've got a class in 2017. There's one for the ages. I'll put it up against any defensive back class I've ever seen. But this kid here, he's the best safety that we'll have coming in. He is that good. Great on the ball, good hitter. He's got great range, and he's got the size you want in a safety. This is a huge get for the Buckeyes. And, the way we're going through defensive backs, we need to make sure we keep the shelves stocked.
No question. Any worries early in the process? I know there are always concerns when a guy comes from Florida. This is a California kid, kind of far away. Any concerns about the distance?
I'm always concerned about that. The in-state school has such a recruiting advantage. It's just you can't put it into terms just how much having that relative closeness, that it's just massive. And they have easier access to him. They've got other people around him recruiting for the school, because that there's going to be USC fans around them, UCLA fans. So and then maybe even the parents are going to be messing with him a little bit about staying closer to home so they can see him play easier. So you always worry about that. But, he just did not seem to want to mess around. He wanted to get it over with, and we're going to do the Shaun Wade thing again. We're going to have to fight off the advantage of home state and familiarity. So, yeah, I'm very worried about it. Always will be.
Good news is he told Bill Kurelic he's planning on another visit out here in a few weeks with his parents. That should lock it up. So if you look at the class right now, they have 3 commitments. The number 1 quarterback in the class, Emory Jones. Woodbey is ranked as the number 3 safety, and Brian Sneed, the number 4 overall running back. So it is clear they are again crafting a class of tremendous quality. We talked about a few guys you now have on your radar for the class of 2018 based on need. Let's go through the guys now you're really eyeing that you'd like to see come up as the next breaking news newsletter.
Oh, obviously, Jackson Carman, the offensive tackle. He is the next best offensive tackle I've seen since Orlando Pace in this state. He can play left or right side. He is already really good in pass protection. He's a massive road grader, nasty attitude, really gets after it. He is, without question, the must-have player. He's on the all-time must-have list. We've got to get him. We're in good shape. I just wish he would go ahead and get it over with. He's such a tremendous football player. The schools are going to recruit him anyway, so I think so often players hold off just because they want to go on campus 5 times and hang out with college girls and have a beer. And, I don't blame them because I do the same thing. But he's still going to be recruited. Everybody's still going to try to change his mind. So go ahead and commit, and we have that leg up. That would be huge. Love to get Jackson Carmen in here. We've got to address the offensive tackle problem. Had too many guys. We've had numbers, but too many guys have just not panned out as tackles. Ended up moving to guard, and now we've had a couple leave the program. We got to get some more tackles in here, Dan. And we've got a couple of guys from Florida. Richard Garage. Well, we haven't talked to these kids yet enough to get their names pronounced right. He's a tremendous tackle. Can play the left side or the right side. Probably going to play the left side in college. And Nicholas Petit Frere.
Petit Frere.
Frere. There we go. Let's get it right. He's also out of Florida, another guy that can play the left side. Nasty attitudes, guys that are real mobile, great frames, add more weight to them. Well, we want to get at least 2 tackles in here. I'd take 3. I would not think it crazy to take 4 offensive tackles in this class. And then you've got Jalen Duncan. He's out of Maryland. And we've recruited that state really well in recent years, and we seem to be in really good shape with him. He's not up there with the other 3 guys I've mentioned here, but he's a tremendous tackle, and I would not think twice about taking him. I got to throw this name out there. Is Matthew Jones. I just don't understand why we're recruiting him as an offensive lineman. I think he's a tremendous defensive lineman. He's ranking the 247 player rankings as a top 5 defensive tackle. And that's where I would recruit him. One of those etched in stone rules is if a big can play defense, if he's athletic enough to play defense, you play him on defense. So we'll see how that unfolds. Maybe he'll come around to the staff will come around and see him as a defensive lineman. That's where I would play him. But right now they're recruiting him as an offensive lineman. He's from New York. We're in really good shape with him. I'd say we're clear favorites and maybe heavy favorites. So that's one name to definitely keep in mind. Those are the offensive linemen I'm looking at in this class.
Yes, 3 of the top 4 defensive linemen seem to be guys they have honed in on. Obviously, number 1 is Teron Vincent. I think that's the name you'll probably hear the most on Bucknuts until he commits. And then Matt Jones from Erasmus Hall, which they have a good tradition at from Brooklyn. And then Austin Fontaine, the defensive tackle from DeMatha. Fontaine looks to me to be interesting just because he's 312 pounds. We're on this quest for the plugger just so we can stop talking about it almost. But
He is very impressive, very athletic, carries 312 pounds awfully well. I need to throw the name Kadir White out there, too, on the offensive line. Tremendous prospect, pretty raw. If we offer him, we're probably going to be hard to beat. I got to throw that name out there. Let me throw out one more. Defensive line, Aeneas Hawkins. He's from Moeller.
Oh, yeah.
This kid is skyrocketing up the rankings. Recently visited Alabama and got an offer from Alabama. He's got offers from all over the country. Last year was his first year playing varsity. He has not been evaluated properly, if at all. This is a tremendous football player. His dad was an NFL player, I believe, and we're in real good shape with him. And he's a player to watch.
There you have it, people. A complete update on Jaiden Woodbey, who should be another in the long line of elite defensive backs. Plus, a look at the big guys we are focusing on. We'll bring in Duane routinely to get that done for you. Have a great Tuesday, Bucknutters.